Sanibonani. Dumelang. Ndawin. Enda. Goeiedag. Wat gaan aan? Dis nie Afrikaners hier. Okay, by the way, my name is Evans. I'm known by Evava da Mad. The Mad. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so, there's just some few stories that I want to share with you. I'll be multilingual, you'll forgive me. I'm a South African, I was born in Limpopo. I'm not good in English, I can't speak English at all. I'm only speaking it so that you can be able to understand me, but I can't speak English at all. So, I'm so grateful, to be in a church so beautiful like this. Where I come from, I'm also a full gospel church member at Malamlele, back there in Limpopo. So I'm home. Don't see me so free. This is my home. And if you can look at these beautiful stones there, 12 of them, I came them with while we were building this church. It was around back there, 1975, I guess. Yes, I formed the foundation. So, but let me not talk much about that because I can see you don't want to believe me, even if you are in church, but you still don't want to believe. Where is your faith, people? Okay, so while we're here, the woman of God was kind of encouraging us with the word of God. She touched something in the book of Jeremiah about, I knew you before you were formed. And you know what, the revelation came to me as I'm born again. I have the Spirit of God in my within. I can see things in a different way. So the revelation that came to me is that, when God said, I knew you before you were born, is that thing that the reason why God is not living here on earth with us is because he knew us. I know you won't understand, but he knew how crazy and how bothering we are. So he said to himself, I'm going to design this being with my own image, but I ain't going to live with this person. Because this person will give me a big problem. You can see how many, as we're sitting here, I can see some of us, we have our own issues. Some of them will be praying about for years, but they've never been answered before. So imagine if you knew that God is living there in SLN and Troy. I don't think we'll be having this function today. All of us will be there. Cosas, we're going to be there. Shanganis like me will be there. I don't want to talk about vendors. And vendor nation, those guys, I've kind of studied them. They are so much successful. And I ask myself, why are vendors so successful more than us? Those guys, when they pray, God have no chance but to hear their prayer. Tell me, being a causer, how do you expect God to answer you while you go before him and say, Tiko Bao? But when it comes to vendors, when they go before God, they are so arrogant. You can hear them when they start their prayer, Mudzimu Baba. God stand no chance there, but to forget about us all and go and listen to Ntambudzeni praying. Those guys, just listen in English, it's God. In Xhosa they say Tiko. In Zulu they say Unkulunkulu. Those words are so light, man. In Tsonga it's worse, Shikwembu, you don't even understand, what I've learned while I was studying Tsonga as my first language is that anything that you describe with XI It's very small. So how can you call your God she? Kwembu. You're minimizing him, but you want him to answer your prayers. That's why I no longer pray in Zonga myself. I pray in Venda these days. You know, coming back to that thing where we say, I'm not a pastor, don't give me a pulpit. That thing that, imagine if we knew God's address. And I don't think we'll be having churches running like this. Everybody, as I said, was going to go there. And imagine now it's full, and then a Xhosa woman, she's kind of frustrated. She wants to see God so seriously. And then she can't wait to reach at the gate and say, hey, Babo, ndicela uphuma apha, funa uthatha nawe. Kunengxaki eserious apha. Wena uhlezi apha. Awundicelela uThixo wethu wenza ntoni? Ufuna ungicela ukuba uyangithanda. Awundinikezi nexesha lokuthatha nawe. Just imagine at that moment that cause is still bothering, and then a Changani just come in. Hey Baba, bona twisisa la, nina 10 years. Nilava ntiro awuninyiki. Indeed, God knew us before he formed us. We were gonna be a serious trouble, and in the generation that we are living in today, I don't wanna offend anyone. This is comedy. Nothing is serious in this. We've got, you understand. And then they kind of going to God's house, and they kind of Choma, white skin, Mudim Owan Kwael. If I don't put up here, white skin. Na I tell you, Papa, I'm only fatting, sorry, summer time, I come up with Pella and kiss only fatting. I don't know liberal now. I didn't know right at night. When I got just come out. I've got something important to discuss with you. He knew you before you were formed. This is not going to work. I have to go and stay somewhere where they can't even see me. They'll just be told that I'm there. And it's working. Really working. Because I'm telling you, imagine a Nigerian guy now standing before God. Chileko. I've been waiting for too long outside. You never even sent somebody to come and tell me that how long should I wait? You say you are God, but every time I come here, you are busy. Am I not your child anymore? Have you forsaken me? But you said in your word that you're not going to forsake me. What is this now? Music started in ZCC. Just try to imagine how much they were going to spend every Sunday to replace pedals of drums, replace a sustained pedal. I guess you understand the type of shoes they wear. So imagine that shoe on top of a small sustain. It was going to be broken every week. So the Khanya said, you know what, guys, you've got hands and legs. You're just going to work it yourself. The way you enjoy music today, there is a bridge in music. It came from them. Have you ever saw them sing a song and does not have a bridge? You don't know, ne? They have bridges, those guys. And they can put a bridge 10 times in one song. While they are busy dancing up there, that moment where they shut down, that's a bridge. They are so talented. Very talented. So, lastly, I just want to share, the doctor while he was speaking here, motivating us, I was so touched, I was so moved, I was so matured. I mean, ngisho ukuthi like he make me grow. I'm too much educated, guys. Like, don't just look at me like that. I have spectacles. You know, while I was growing, I used to think people with spectacles are so intelligent. Kanti people with spectacles are sick. And they need deliverance. How come you're a child of God and you're so proud wearing spectacles while you were born without them? You are sick. So let me say I'm sick also now. I'm happy the pastor there will pray for me after here. You know, like the doctor touched up something to this book in the Bible. You know, like there are too many. Like while we were writing them, some of them I forgot. Talked about the story of Peter being called to come out and move in the water. You know, like I tried to imagine. Okay, that day I was there. You know, I was sitting on the boat like this at the back of the boat, and then like, they were busy screaming. And then like Jesus came there from far, and then there was in Kabinde, this other Zulu guy from KZN. He was sit there at the front. Peter was not the first to be called to come to Jesus. You know, if you can read the Bible, Peter was jumping off in everything. He wanted to prove himself. And that was faith. You know what? Jesus called in Kabinde. And he said, Kabinde, come. Kabinde was sitting just like this. The boat was going that side. And he kind of looked at Jesus and manje songeno yini. Awuntshele umthetho wakho Jesus uyahlanya yini. Ufuna ngife. Like he didn't want to think twice. He just told Jesus straight, angifuna ukufa ngisesemncane kabi. Then Peter jumped up and went there. Then that was the story. And myself was kind of like, Peter, stuff, falish. And indeed, he almost died. So guys, my name is Evans. You can like my page on Facebook. It's called Evava da Mad, EVAVADAMAD. Thank you so much.